Some time ago, PGRUv version 3 was revealed. It didn't take long until SPARGO retweeted the original tweet saying how proud he is being number 2 despite him being unranked before that PGR. Even though SPARGO was widely known for beating Void's Pichu in the early days of Ultimate at the age of only 13 with his Cloud, where Pichu was regarded a very strong, maybe even the best character in the game. Whereas Cloud was a much nerfed version of his Smash 4 ult, and people weren't so sure about his place in the meta. SPARGO has since established himself as a well-known Wi-Fi warrior, and Cloud also got a couple of buffs along the way. SPARGO won a lot of online tourneys, beating top players of both the online and offline scene along his way. In his tweet, he also added that he is a bit upset that he isn't number 1, but thinks that Leo does deserve it more than he does. 5 days later, however, he started that topic again, saying that he thinks he lost number 1 due to him losing the head-to-head by going Byleth that won regional against him, and that he didn't know the tourney would later have such an impact and be so important for him. In today's video, I want to shine some light on the situation. Keep in mind, I have never been in a committee to rank players or such. I'm only putting myself in the shoes of a committee member for the purpose of this video. I think the topic's interesting and I want to give my 2 cents about it. If you think otherwise, or if you have any critique on why I think a certain way or why I weight a tournament a certain way, then feel free to write your thoughts in the comments. I'm interested in reading them. Also, I think that ranking players can be very hard and it's not all black and white. At the end, having a certain bias is probably hard to ignore. So let's get on with the video. Here we have both players' Smash data, and in this video we will talk about which of the tourneys are relevant for the PGRUv version 3, their placement and the wins and losses along the way. Even though you can't make a decision at the glance of these 2 Smash data sites, I've hidden the placements in the screenshot to make it more entertaining. Of course, I will later in the video reveal them. First of all, we have to clarify that for the PGRUv version 3, only tourneys from March 1st to June 13th, 2022 count. However, in this time span there was also Ultimate Summit 4, the G4 Smash Invitational, and Delfino Mazareta, a Mexican invitational happening. The former 2 tournaments were won by SPARGO, whereas the Delfino Invitational was won by Leo. Summit 4 was SPARGO's first big tournament win. But then again, Summit wasn't a big tournament in terms of attendees, but rather in terms of money and player skill. As many of you already know, Summit always has a huge prize pot due to how the invitational is organized, with players having to get people to vote for them, kinda like a US election campaign. This means their fans have to pretty much buy votes to get them into the tourney, which is then held for a weekend with multiple side events and so on. I think we can all agree that all these invitationals were very stacked and with big prize pools, but they still traditionally don't count towards the PGR, and I think it's good that way. Because you have to have a massive fan base, some kind of luck to be chosen, be one of the best players already, or unlimited money to get into these kind of events. Don't get me wrong, Summit is a cool event which I enjoy watching, but it's just not fair to be part of the PGR, since not everyone can attend these. The spots are limited and so is money and so on. So even though SPARGO won 2 of these and he got some good wins while doing so, and Leo only won 1 of the 3, these don't really count, at least not towards PGR. Furthermore, both players have been attending some locals, but these also do not count. This leaves us with 5 tournaments for SPARGO, which are Relax and Smash at Geekfest Cancun, Low Tide City, Genesis 8, Tijuana at War, and Collision. In the same time span, Leo attended 5 tourneys that count: Relax and Smash at Geekfest Cancun, Ultimate Tropical Arena, Pound 2022, Genesis 8 and Collision. In 3 of these tournaments, both SPARGO and Leo attended. So let's start in March 2022 with Collision. Collision was happening on the weekend just after Summit and the G4 Invitational, which SPARGO both won. And at Collision, he showed everyone again that he might be the new number 1. He beat Riddles, Tweak and Leo on his way to winner's side of Grands. Leo in contrast won against Stocktaker69 and quit, and then lost his loser's final set against Tweak, who then took a set of SPARGO in Grands but ultimately lost 0-3 against him in the reset. SPARGO was looking unstoppable in this set. At this time, result-wise, SPARGO was number 1. But of course, this was only one tournament. A few weeks later, Delfino Mazzaretta happened, which Leo won with his new character Corrin. Again, this invitational doesn't count, but I think this is important to notice because Leo beat SPARGO with his Corrin and maybe showed him that he is training other characters to beat him. So next up we have a tournament that does count. And it's Tijuana at War, which only SPARGO attended of the two. SPARGO won the Mexican tournament with the wins over T3 Dom, Waka, Ellen Dis and Waka again in Grands, only losing 2 games in his run. 1 week later, Genesis 8 took place. Genesis 8 was originally planned to take place in January, but was postponed due to COVID-19 concerns. It's one of the biggest Smash events throughout the year, as well as one of the most prestigious ones. Leo and SPARGO both attended the event. On his way to top 8, Leo beat Mozzai from France, then Varun the Wii Fit, who won the first game, and Leo later said that he thought, that's it, I'ma have to do a loser's run. But as usual, he took the win and then went on beating Uncivil Ninja, the Shulk player, then won 3-1 against Louis Money, who started game 1 with his Fox but lost, and then went back to his main Palutena, but still lost the set. SPARGO also took some names on his way to top 8. He beat Sonido, the Sonic player, SkyJ, the Incineroar, and Skittles, the Youngling player. However, this tournament was a special one for SPARGO, and we will later find out why. The next day was the final day of Genesis 8. Top 8 started and Leo had to play his good European friend, the French Vario Glutton, beating him 3-0. SPARGO, on the other hand, had to fight the former Genesis 7 champion Mars. Mars took the first game, but SPARGO took the later 3. However, it was when SPARGO had to fight Zomba that he had something special for the world of esports to show. SPARGO had a new sponsor, FaZe. They waited for the last day for this announcement, probably because there's some sort of curse when announcing a new sponsor. Oftentimes players miss top 8 after the reveal or place much worse than they usually do, probably because they put themselves under big pressure. And the curse was about to unleash again. SPARGO won the first game, but Zomba won game 2 and 3, so he was down 1-2. Then this happened. Zomba was just pixels away from sending SPARGO to losers, making him immediately lose a set after revealing his sponsor. But SPARGO clutched it out and won game 5 just afterwards. After Leo beat Light, our two main characters met for another time this season. This time, however, Leo came out on top. SPARGO then proceeded to lose to Gluto in losers final. Leo, on the other hand, beat Gluttony in dominant 3-0 fashion once again and won the tournament. Leo was back. As a reminder, Genesis 8 with 1,959 attendees had nearly 3 times as many competitors as Collision with its 749 attendees, which SPARGO won. Just 1 week later, Pound returned. With SPARGO not in attendance, some might have guessed that it was free for Leo to take, and it also looked that way on day 1, where Leo beat Raptor, Ned and the Japanese PT Atelier. But the next day in top 8, after Leo beat Cosmos, he met his French friend again. Just last week he double 3-0'd him, but Gluttony had something else to say. He did his homework and beat Leo 3-1. But Leo's run didn't stop there. In losers he beat Sonics, Riddles and Light, and then the two friends met again. The first set of Grands Leo won 3-1, but Gluto clutched it out with a phenomenal comeback waft in game 5. Gluttony, a European player, just won his first US major. So up to this point, Gluto stopped both of their runs at least once, with Gluto beating SPARGO once and Leo twice, which ultimately makes Gluto the best player of them all. The video ends here. Thanks for watching and have a good one. I'm just kidding, of course. The week after Pound, a low tide city happened. Now in reverse, Leo wasn't in attendance, but SPARGO was. Day 1, SPARGO beat Kirby Kid and Apollo Kage. Day 2, first set however, he lost to Mute Ace. Just like Leo, SPARGO had to do a crazy losers run. And he didn't disappoint. He went on to beat Ned, Meister, Louis Money, Zomba, The Boss and Cola twice in Grands. So unlike Leo, he didn't fall short and placed second. He went on to winning the tournament and also got some really good wins. May was kinda quiet in terms of offline Smash for the two. In late May however, Leo visited Cuba with his Mexican friend Jack. They attended the Smash World Tour Gold event Ultimate Tropical Arena. For probably the first time ever, Leo showed the world that he had a Rob. Apparently, his friend Big Boss motivated him to play the character. Another thing that has never happened before that was Leo losing a game to Jack. But that wasn't it. Leo lost winners final 2-3 to Jack while only playing Rob against his Palutena. In Grands, Leo then proceeded to play Rob against Jack. He won the first set 3-2 but then lost against Jack 1-3 in the reset. All sets, all games, he only played Rob. Now, you could say that he only lost because he played Rob, and let's be real, that's probably true, but at the end of the day, a loss is a loss. So we are up for our last tournament, Relax and Smash at Geekfest, and it's going to be a short one. Probably the only notable win for Leo was Waka, and SPARGO on the other hand beat Jack twice. But as we already know from SPARGO's tweet, he lost to Leo twice that tournament while playing Violet. Leo on the other hand played his Corrin that he used before to beat SPARGO's Cloud at the Mexican Invitational. So let's have a look at all the notable wins and losses in comparison. I personally find the Leo wins to be a bit better, as well as the Leo losses to be less bad. The Mute Ace loss kinda hurts for SPARGO. I mean, Mute Ace is a really good player, but Leo didn't lose to anyone below like top 5 or so at that time, except for Jack with his Rob. So for me personally, before this tournament, it would have been a very close call. But I would have tended to give it to Leo, but after the Relax and Smash, I would definitely give it to Leo. So let's say SPARGO would have played Cloud and he would have beaten Leo twice at Relax and Smash. Would I say that SPARGO should have been number 1 then? Still quite hard, but probably yes. So yeah, it definitely hurt him. He pretty much gave away the chance to be top 1, but I don't think he was number 1 prior to that. So seeing all these results and how close it was, I can definitely understand why SPARGO felt the way he felt and why he was upset. However, I hope he doesn't get demotivated by this and that with his return to competitive Smash since Summit 5, he can continue where he is left off. For me personally, the sets between Leo and SPARGO were always the best and most hype. So yeah, that's it for me everyone. I hope you liked the video. This is the first video on this channel and I just really like talking about Smash. If you liked it, consider following the channel and liking the video. I will keep an eye on these things since I want to know if people like this kind of stuff and if I should put more time into it and make more or not. I hope my English was fine to listen to as well. I know it's not my native language. Have a good day or night or whatever time you have. Maybe see you next time. Peace.